Hello guys and welcome to the second deadline stream, of the season. Today we're going to see what happened during that week, what can we adapt to our team. If you have any questions, write them into the chat. I will answer each and every one of your questions. Let's write a message for everyone that wants to ask but is missing the start of the stream. Oh, hello, Brachetkta, you are early. Nice to see you. How is going, Brachetkta? Do you have a good feeling about this game week? Yeah, I'm waiting as well. By the way, is my camera quality so bad that I am seeing right now? I don't know why. Today, yeah, so really good feeling. Let's go through my team first. Saw a 20 pointer. I'm hoping for a Jota 20 pointer as well. Okay, let's go through the team. In goal, I'm going for Turner. I decided to go against Pickford because Pickford is having an away game against Villa, and I don't see a better fixture to put Turner in, at least for the start. Let's open another thing to watch the fixtures separately. Yeah, when you go to the fixtures, Nottingham Forest are then having Sheffield this week, Manchester United and Chelsea after that. Then it's Burnley, so another possibility for him to play in game week 5. And then Manchester City, Brentford, and again Crystal Palace. So game week 2 and game week 5 are the only options for me to play Turner instead of Pickford, but that's just fine because the other fixtures is Wolves and Sheffield United, so another game against Sheffield. So only blurs when I'm moving my head towards the center of the camera. Okay, I will try to not move it there, most probably. Maybe something with the camera. Let's try to adjust it a little bit and see how it's looking. Yeah, I believe that this looks better. And I will be able to do it like that. Yeah, sorry for moving a little bit, but I have to adjust it. But yeah, now let's continue. So yeah, Turner, good game against Sheffield, good game against Burnley, but between those games, nothing too spectacular to watch about. But yeah, Turner in goal. Chilwell, Saliba, and Estupinian did pretty well in game week 1, so they're staying in my side for sure. I'm not moving any of them. I'm already prepared with the best possible defense, and a lot of players are trying to get to that defense. So yeah, I'm perfectly fine with it. A lot of FPL content creators are not going for anything different, but I do not care about that. I want to play my own game, and I want to be better prepared for the weeks to come. And I believe that defense with Henry and Cabor on my bench, as you can see, are the best options to have right now. Next up is Rashford and Bruno against Spurs. I believe it's a hard game against Spurs, but Spurs are looking very, very, let's say, very, very likely to concede a goal once again. But yeah, I'm not worried that Rashford and Fernandes weren't too good, but when they are counter-attacking, I believe that they can do bits. So a game against Nottingham, after Spurs, then it's a game against Arsenal, I believe. Let's see, yeah, Arsenal, then Brighton. So for the first 5 fixtures, they have 3 more where they will be counter-attacking. So I believe that players of the rank of Rashford and Bruno can do bits against a lot of oppositions that are mainly controlling the game, so the counterattacks can work briefly. Next up, it's Saka and Martinelli. Saka is remaining my vice captain against Crystal Palace. I believe Haaland will be playing, but yeah, vice captains for Saka for now. I believe it's better. Martinelli to cover up another attacking threat from Arsenal. I believe Martinelli next week is going to be a goner, but for now he's staying in the side for sure. And the final guy in my midfield is Jota. As Brachetka is pointing out, I'm as well hoping for Diogo Jota return, Bruno and Rashford as well. Even if they do not score a lot of goals or anything this game week, I have other players to rotate, in my opinion, that are not having so great fixtures. For example, Arsenal. After that's Fulham. Fulham look good. Pauline is back in training, so he may be played. So yeah, Fulham will maybe a harder fixture than Nottingham at home, which is for Manchester United. Then it's Manchester United at home. Everton away. I believe that Everton can keep clean sheets and everything. So yeah. So after game week 2, I'm most probably selling Martinelli and Jota for sure. Those two are the big contenders to leave my side and to be replaced basically. But I will talk about my transfers for game week 3 in the game week 3 deadline stream, because right now let's focus on game week 2. If you believe that I need a transfer to be made, you can put it in the chat. I will consider it for sure. And up front is still João Pedro and Haaland. I believe that there isn't a better duo right now to own in attack. Maybe Jackson from next week, but from now, João Pedro against Wolves may be good, and Haaland against Newcastle, it's my captain. If I owned Salah, Salah would have been my captain. So if you are owning Salah, please captain him. That's why you bought him, just to get ahead against everyone else in game week 2. So what better to do than to captain the differential premium that you have in your side. And on my bench are Pickford, Henry, Osula, and Kabore. If you have any other questions about my lineup, why I'm sticking with that, you can write them in the chat. If you want to ask any questions, as I mentioned, you can put it in the chat as well. And I believe that I will be answering them. I'm not believing, but yeah. Have in mind that this team is looking fine for me. I'm not owning Kasala, which is a worry, and Madison, but as I'm seeing, a lot of players are still captaining Haaland. Brachetka, who owns Salah, is captaining Salah. Good choice. We have our first question about transfer. Who can you bring instead of Reece James? So Reece James price, it's 5.5, I believe. Let's check, but I'm most certain. Yeah, he's 5.5. If you have the money, go for Chilwell. If you don't, you can always downgrade to an Arsenal defender, but let's see the fixture run. From game week 2 onwards, the team with the best fixtures, in my opinion, is Chelsea. So if you can put in Gusto, it will be alright. I believe that he's going to play a lot of minutes, and he's 4.0. You can always put him on your bench if needed. You can go for a Spurs defender, so Udogie or Pedro Porro is an option. Manchester United defender I will just avoid, because Spurs, Nottingham, Arsenal, and Brighton, I believe in 3 of those games they will be heavily bombarded, so a no-go. Maybe a Manchester City defender, maybe you can risk with Gvardiol or Ake, because Gvardiol, in my opinion, will be playing soon enough and he's going to be regular. Most probably an Arsenal asset. Gusto, Chilwell, Thiago Silva, Colwill, are an option. Maybe Riku Henry from Brentford is an option. You have only one hard game, but yeah, one hard game against Newcastle. So yeah, Riku Henry is another good option to go for. And maybe an Aston Villa defender if you're feeling generous. But yeah, Brentford and Chelsea are having the best fixture runs from now on. So yeah, one of their defenders will work like a charm for you. Hello Benek, how are you doing? Prochetka is asking, so if the United assets don't bring you any points this week, would you still prefer to remove Martinelli to go for a Spurs player like Maddison? I guess Jota falls in the same category too. So coming back into my team, Jota is a goner for sure, because I don't fancy his minutes, especially now Liverpool that bought Endo. I believe they will be going with a heavy midfield, and owning a rotational risk player, it's not good for me when there are so many better players. So yeah, Jota is a goner, and I will consider swapping Martinelli, even though Bruno and Rashford are not looking particularly okay in game week 1. As I explained, the counter-attacking style that Manchester United tend to practice against the positions that control the ball benefits them a lot. So Bruno and Rashford may do good against the harder oppositions, and for them, Spurs, Arsenal, and Brighton, the three teams will be holding the ball more. So I believe that I will be keeping them, especially up until Nottingham Forest and most probably Arsenal, because I want to see how they are practicing in a more harder way. But Martinelli, he is not a rotation risk, but I did not like a lot of his positions in game week 1. We have to monitor in game week 2, but most probably he is a goner. And the other guy that I'm considering switching is Joao Pedro, not because he is bad, but because I want 5 midfielders playing and 2 strikers. I'm not replacing Haaland. If I want to bring Jackson or Alvarez from City, Joao Pedro will make the way. I don't want to have a benching headache on who to bench. So yeah, I'm not playing with 8 attackers, then choose who to bench. I believe that this strategy will lead to a lot of points on the bench, and I don't like that. So Benek has a question. Let me read it. Should I swap Gabriel for Ruben Diaz and Martinelli for Maddison, taking a -4? Or should I just swap him for Henry from Brentford or Doji from Spurs? Another option, just to keep Gabriel. So for me, Gabriel, it's hard to say. First of all, Timber is injured, and that means that the party experiment may not be repeated soon enough. But if you consider that Tomiyasu is going to play the same role as he did as a sub, it's going to be risky for Gabriel, but for sure he's a risk of minutes. In games against Manchester United, Spurs and City, for me Gabriel will be playing. When Zinchenko comes back into the side, I believe Gabriel will be playing. So if you have a playing benching defender, a defender on your bench, just wait and see for Gabriel. It's hard to say that Ruben Diaz is playing this game week. He's in contention, as Guardiola said, but he is not confirmed to be starting. And a -4 for Martinelli to Maddison. Maddison is having a hard game. I believe Spurs will score a lot of goals regardless of who are they playing against. But taking a hit and maybe providing 1 assist for you is not going to do bits while Martinelli is playing. So you don't own another defensive option. Oh, this is tricky. If I were you, I would go for Riku Henry. He was looking attacking. He is going to be playing in a back 4 when they're playing weaker oppositions, and I believe all of those fixtures are considered weaker than Brentford. But if you want to have 11 playing players, just pick Riku Henry, and then you... Oof, this is difficult. Maddison for Martinelli. I liked Maddison a lot. I liked him for sure, and I don't believe that it will be a mistake to go for Maddison. But Martinelli, I did not like his appeal a lot. I believe Maddison is getting into more dangerous opportunities. But yeah, in my opinion, Ruben Diaz is a risk transfer because he's not fit enough, and a game against Newcastle is not the best opportunity to start investing in a Manchester City defense. So if you can hold 1 more week of not playing Gabriel, I believe that he will start in my opinion, with Timber's injury and Zinchenko coming back into the side, most probably he will be gaining some minutes. So you are facing something like a must clean sheet from your defender to take a hit. So I will be keeping Ebren and I will keep my options open for game week 3, because then you have another playing defender, maybe Kabore will be into the side. So if you to be prepared just uh, to attack the fixtures, basically, because the defenders are not very famous for bringing a lot of points, especially if you own Chiwo and Stupinian. You got the best defenders out there for points. And I believe that if you own them, you can just suck off your WAS defender. I know it's a hard pill to swallow, but in my opinion, having a free transfer for next week to attack the fixtures from Chelsea, Spurs, and Manchester City, it's far better than wasting for a transfer that can lead, for at least 10 points, but it will be a miracle if, let's say, Henry or Diaz gets 10 points and you lose a lot. I don't see it as a very beneficial move, so if I were you, I would hold. And for the question, if I think that he'll be playing next game, he will get a cameo no matter what. I believe that he will be getting at least a substitute appearance. He can score from the bench. He can do a lot of things from the bench. So yeah, I believe that saving the transfer is far better at this point of the game to just adjust your defense and play your players. He may not get the 90 minutes. He may not get the start. But if I were you, I would have kept Gabriel, in my opinion. I believe it's far better to have the possibility to build basically a mini wild card with a -4 hit. You can introduce a lot of great players, and as I said, if you own, for example, Bayer and Kabore, you have a playing player in game week 3, so even if you leave Gabriel after that as well, it will be better. No worries, Benek, I'm always here to help. Consider this when you think of a transfer. It's better sometimes to save a transfer and not go for a defender if you want to attack fixtures going forward, especially with so less data that we have from game week 1. Swapping a defender for someone else may be a little bit tricky, especially with the Timbers injury. They may get another type of rotation. We don't know how they're going to be set now. Timber is gone. We need to see another game. Maybe they change their approach. One game week of data is pretty low to make such so much riskier moves to swapping a defender. For your question about transferring out Martinelli, you brought him for a reason. You chose Martinelli instead of Maddison for a reason and believe in that reason. Yeah, Maddison may rise in price, and if you are not going to get priced out, basically, because Martinelli to Maddison is a drop. So I will be keeping Martinelli this game week. I have the same opportunity to swap Martinelli for Maddison as well, but I'm keeping it now because a game against Manchester United with a new goalkeeper, it's never easy. Yeah, it's a home game for Spurs, but United are going to attack and they are going to defend properly. They have Casemiro, they have Varane. Lisandro Martinez is rumored to be back in the side, so Ten Hag said that. So I'm not going to consider swapping out Martinelli right now. I want to see how he's playing away, because last season he played really good away at the start of the season and he got pretty good returns. Odegaard did as well to play really good away from home. So I want to see at least one home and one away fixtures to consider someone as a good option. So in my opinion, if I'm in the same situation as you, considering transferring out Martinelli for Maddison, as you can see, I'm keeping Martinelli into my side. I may make a mistake. You may don't like that move, but yeah, if you believe that my advice is good for you and want to see more during the weekend for deadline streams, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, by the way. I forgot to mention that. I want you to be notified when I want to be notified when we put a stream on or a new video comes out. It's good to have a reliable community that wants to support me and I to support them with my advices. And I will be happy to see you join my community. A random penguin asked a question about Watkins or Joao Pedro. If I own both, I believe Watkins is the move. A home game, they will be very angry without not owning, not scoring a lot of goals in game week 1 and being trashed like that. Benek, thank you. Thank you for the sub. I will just go to your question just to answer random penguins question. Watkins for sure instead of Joao Pedro if you own them. Both, if you consider transferring him out or someone else, I believe Watkins is the better transfer as well. So yeah, I will be considering Watkins for sure if I own him to put him. Now to your questions, Benek, why am I using Pickford and Joao Pedro? Okay, I will start with Joao Pedro. Joao Pedro had a game against Luton and he's their penalty taker. So that's why I put him. I believe that he's going to be their penalty takers and he already scored a goal. He missed a big chance and he has a home game, away game against Wolves. I believed Wolves would have been bad because the swap of the manager and the change of everything. I was wrong. They looked pretty good against Manchester United, but regardless, I already committed to Joao Pedro, and he is a player that, with those fixture run against West Ham, Newcastle, and Manchester United, I can easily transfer out and bring in Jackson, Alvarez, or whoever is performing well. So this is a placeholder. If I owned Watkins, see here that he has Everton, Burnley, Liverpool, who are leaky in defense, and Crystal Palace. So I wouldn't have swapped him for the world. So it would have been a player that I'm relied to own. So I decided to just take up on the chin the loss. Other thing that I considered is that Aston Villa are having European football and they need to qualify for the Conference League. So they will have a game after game week 2 and after game week 3. So maybe Watkins is going to be benched or rested in some of those games. One of those two, because they need to have him for the European football. They do not have another reliable striker, so that was taken into consideration as well. The Pickford question. Now, as you can see, he has games against Wolves, Sheffield, Brentford, Luton, and Bournemouth, while Turner is having Sheffield and Burnley, and that rotation for me is the perfect one. Against Fulham, he conceded a goal that I do believe that they weren't supposed to concede because it was a chance not at fault by Pickford. It was a chance at fault by the right back and the right wing. I keep saying that. So I'm believing that Everton will keep a lot of clean sheets and he will make a lot of saves, especially in more trickier games against Wolves, for example, maybe Brentford, and the clean sheet against Sheffield, Luton, and Bournemouth are on the horizon. So that's why I'm deciding to keep him. And for the harder fixtures, I have a perfectly fine rotation player that I just sub in and play. Regarding the Jota, I wanted a Liverpool player. I opted for Jota instead of Diaz in game week 1. That was a mistake. But if he scores some goals in game week 2, I will be fine. At least for rotation point of view, I believe Jota can play left wing and central row, so he's more versatile than Luis Diaz, who is playing only on the left. That's why I opted for him. He's a goner after game week 2. And for me, that's the right decision. He is another placeholder in my side that I'm attacking fixtures with. I wanted to have several players like that. Diogo Jota, Pedro, Martinelli. The three of them are just players to attack the fixtures, and that's why I'm using them. Yes, I should have used Luis Diaz, but in preseason against Darmstadt, I saw that Jota was playing way better. He had a pretty good run of goals, even if he comes as a sub. He has the minutes to score a goal. He can get in very dangerous positions. That's why I went for Diogo Jota. It was a mistake looking like from game week 1, but he can just start scoring goals in game week 2 and I'll be perfectly happy. But yeah, for now, Luis Diaz was the better choice. Now let's see Brochetka what he answered. what he said. I was wondering for game week 3 who to aim to change. My team is almost the same as you. Only difference Mitoma and Sawa over Rashford and Jota. I have 0 in the bank. So if I were you, I would have most probably changed Martinelli if you have him. And Martinelli is an option to change if you have 0 in the bank. And most probably Martinelli will be the guy that I will be changing, and probably Bruno Fernandes if you own and you don't have the money from Mitoma to go to someone else. Because let's say if you go for Martinelli to Madison, that will be 0.43 left in the bank, because Madison will rise in price, especially up until the deadline in game week 3. Martinelli may fall in price if he doesn't do well in game week 2. So yeah, 0.3 to 4 will be left in the bank. And if you want to update Mitoma or Joao Pedro, it will be harder to do so. So Bruno may need to go, or Salah if you want to sell Salah. If you sell Salah, you have the budget to do whatever you like, but let's see game week 2 how it goes. So for me, your team, Martinelli, Mitoma, Salah and Fernandes are options to leave the site, and Joao Pedro as well. So yeah, those are the opportunities for you to attack, but Martinelli is the obvious choice for me. Most probably Salah if he's not doing very well, but against Newcastle and Aston Villa he can do bits as well. You have to decide from you have to decide just to watch the game. We will discuss it. Most probably I will be making a watch along next week for the game against Bournemouth, this week. So yeah, and I will be using the deadline stream to make some transfers, so don't worry, we will be discussing a lot of transfers. Benek is better than Pedro, and Pickford has a weak defense. Believe Onana is a good, and the Crystal Palace keeper is good. I was worried about Onana, to be perfectly honest. I did not know which defense from Manchester United will appear, because last season away from home they conceded 6 goals against City and 7 against Liverpool. So they are having away at Spurs, away at Arsenal. So those games they can concede a lot of goals, and I was afraid to do so. Johnston, just the rotation between Turner and Pickford looked better for me, because in game week 7, as you can see, Nottingham are having Brentford, Crystal Palace are having Manchester United. It was a little bit rough. And I believe that Pickford will have a better defense. I thought that Mitchell was injured, and I did not believe Quine and Ward are good enough fullbacks to attack all the fixtures and games against Brentford, Wolves, Aston Villa, Fulham. I believe they have more goals to concede, and that's why I went for Pickford. Good for you that you have Onana and Turner. Those are good goalkeepers to rotate as well. As you can see, in game week 4 you have an issue, but in game week 5 you can rotate, and it will be easy peasy after that. Yeah, as you can see, Turner, the only issue is game week 4. Nottingham are having Chelsea away, and United are having Arsenal away, and he costs 5 million, and I wanted to have my other options better. So yeah, I believe that Arsenal and Chelsea fixture is not good, especially away. So that's why I went for this. I made a mistake there for game week 1, but I believe that Everton will keep enough clean sheets, and I will need the money for sure to invest somewhere else in my side, and I want to attack a lot of the fixtures and not consider the defense more, because I prefer having an attacking playstyle rather than some defenders and some etc. As you can see, not a lot of money are spent in defense. Most of them are invested in the team. I as well have 1.5 in the bank, which will be used very good when update Joao Pedro for sure. And when I swap for Madison and maybe someone with attacking pictures from City, I will have the money. From the question where I'm from Bulgaria. And currently I'm living in Sofia, but I'm from Varna. Brachetka will be trying to be in the watch along. Let's hope that I managed to make it, because on the weekends it's hard to arrange a lot of stuff. That's why I like the deadlines on Friday. I can just do everything as fine as I want. With help from someone starting a game, I will build you a quick team, so it will be most probably I will keep Pickford and Turner as a defensive pair, even though they're conceding some goals. I believe that this is a good pair. Saliba, Henry, Stupinian, Chilwell, for me, that is the best defense that you can get now on. Maybe you can swap Saliba or Henry for Udogie from Spurs, but I believe that defense is the best. In midfield, I will go for that midfield for sure. And most probably Foden, because I like his fixtures. And up front, I will be swapping Joao Pedro for most probably Jackson. And Bruno Fernandes will be replaced by Mbumo. That will be the team I will be starting if I started in game week 2. I don't think it's a very, very bad team. I believe that it is a good team. Yeah, I hope that you're seeing everything as it goes. Yeah, this will be the team if I'm going to start the game in game week 2. I will keep the Saka and Rashford. I believe they will score goals. And Mbumo is having an okay fixture run. Fulham, Crystal Palace, Bournemouth, yeah. Foden after Newcastle and the injuries of Bernardo Silva and De Bruyne is having Sheffield, Fulham, West Ham, Nottingham, Wolves. A lot of goals on his way. Madison is a very good choice. I will be prepared to making some transfers for a Newcastle player, and you have around 3 million in the bank. You can invest in leave Joao Pedro in the side even and be like that right now. So yeah, and opt for Joao Pedro. I believe that you have options. Maybe this is the ideal draft for me. Now you have players to decide everything. Maybe even invest in Trent if you feel like it because he's okay. A lot of options. While when Harry Kane was sold, KDB is injured, and the only other expensive player than Haaland is Salah. It's pretty easy to build a draft. So if I started now, this would have been even I will go for Onana. I have so much money left and I do not care about it. Yeah, Onana, Turner, Saliba, Henry, Stupinian, Chilwell. If you like, you can go for someone more expensive here. You have the money to rotate. You have money to go from Foden to Bruno to even to Son. You have a lot of options. So yeah, risk up. This is the team I will be going for if I started right now. You have everything that you need in place. Yes, some price rises. Saliba, Chilwell, I believe. Yes, Chilwell, Saliba. Estupinian rose in price. Yes, Saka rose in price. But you still have around 1 million in the bank. So yeah, for me, if I'm going to build a draft from game week 2, this is the best way to do it. Let's see, I'm using this year the Fantasy Football Scout Premium, and I want to see how my team is looking for game week 2. This is my ID if someone wants to follow me. I do not care if it's private. If it's out in the world, everyone can see my team. Kyle Brown 321 is asking replacement for Stones. I have Chua, Stupinan, Gabriel, Baudon, and my others. For me, right now, don't make a transfer. Stones may be as good to go for game week 3. And from then on, you have a pretty good fixture run from Manchester City, Sheffield, Fulham, and you want a Manchester City defender. You already have 3. Oh, you have Gabriel. That's a tricky question, but I already explained to Benek. I wouldn't rush making some transfers just because they're not playing in one game week. I can just hold, maybe consider that. If you want to make urgent change, for me, the best option for you is either go for another Manchester City defender or go for Henry or go for Udogie from Spurs. And just Rico Henry for me is the safest option if you want to waste your transfer for a defender that is going to most probably play in game week 3. I feel that Rico Henry is the best option. John Pruton, if Haaland were injured for a few weeks at least, how will you change your first 11? So if Haaland is injured, Alvarez is in. Let's make a Haaland injury team. So Alvarez for sure. Julian Alvarez. Jota is gone. I will put Salah for sure because I need that premium player. Martinelli and let's put Maddison. Let's remove Saliba. I will put Trent. Let's remove Pickford. I will put Onana. And let's remove Joao Pedro and I will put Jackson. So yeah, if Haaland is injured, that will be my team. Maddison, Saka, Salah, Bruno, Rashford. If you don't have the money for that team, you can just sack Bruno and go for Mbumo. It will be perfectly fine and you have still the millions. I will put Trent in for sure. And yeah, Trent is going to be in. I need his points, especially with Endo coming into the site. Oh, they updated the pictures. That's pretty good. Wolves, West Ham, they will be an okay fixture run. Let's see how is Salah looking with the new picture. It's funny. Yeah, so they updated a lot of pictures. Yeah, I will need to update my database for sure. But yeah, Jackson is in the game. But yeah, Onana is having already a picture. That's perfect. Turner? Yes, Turner is in. Perfect. All the transfers are made and the pictures are there. But yeah, I will be doing this if I need to make a team without Haaland for sure. But let's back to the real one. A random penguin is asking Joao Pedro or Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz, man. It's a home game against Bournemouth. You cannot bet against that, in my opinion. For me, that is the best choice. By the way, for everyone enjoying my content, once again, subscribe to the channel. I will be happy to see you on my next streams, on my videos. I post weekly videos. You can check them out in my channel as well. I believe they are good content. If you have any advices for there, write them in the comment section. I take everything into consideration. Let's see last week's best players. So in goal was Leno and Onana. Leno, a pretty lucky one for a lot of players that bench boosted. And yeah, he did okay. Varane and Wan-Bissaka and Desai were great as well. In midfield, Rodrigo and Barnes. Barnes is a once to watch for sure. Even coming from the bench, he is a big threat. And up front, Haaland and Isak take a lot of points. Wissa, I consider him for a lot of the preseason before Joao Pedro became an option, and Wissa did pretty good in game week 1. And I will be seeing my team. So yeah, if you want Benek, I can rate them. I can use the tool to rate it. You can post your ID from Fantasy. I will just rate your team and load it here. But yeah, put it in the chat and I'll rate it. If you want an AI to rate it, we can do that as well. I'm not saying subscribe to them or anything like that. I'll be happy to showcase your team, but let's see. My team, Turner is a better choice than Pickford for sure this game. He's on the bench. Pickford, Chilwell 4 points, Estupinian almost 4, and Saliba 3.4, so Henry is behind that. Diogo Jota is having the best points option as a vice captain compared to anyone else in my side. No Bruno, no Rashford, no Martinelli, no Saka. Diogo Jota is expected to have at least 5 points. So yeah, that's good. Let's see. No, it's not updated. Perfect. Saka for 4 points here to almost 5. Martinelli, I'm having a pretty good. So 56 points. That's a good price to start, points to start, and I believe that it will exceed a lot this one. And yeah, that's my team rating. So let's see Benek's team. He wants to rate it. He has in goal Turner and Onana. Turner Onana, perfectly good option apart from game week 4. But you can just take the damage there and continue on. Maybe even Nottingham goalkeeper. Yeah, you will put Onana and he will play. In defense, It's Chilo, Gabriel, and Stupinian, Baldock, and Cabore. So, man, you have a replacement for Gabriel this week. You can put Baldock in the side. He will be getting most probably 1 or 2 pointer, but he can be your bench option for defense. So you definitely do not need to sell Gabriel this game week. For me, wait and see how he does in game week 2. So yeah, do not sell Gabriel. You asked me at the start, and I believe the right decision is just to hold Gabriel and to see how the fixtures turn for the better. But yeah, you have an option to cover for him, even though it's from Sheffield. Nothing is there to say that Sheffield is not going to score and just destroy Nottingham Forest. We'll have to see this evening at 10 o'clock. By the way, I'm not doing watch along today because I don't think it's such an interesting game to do on, and I will try to do something else, maybe prepare a great video for guys or something. But yeah, I'm not watching along Nottingham and Sheffield. I may take a look at it, but most probably I'll watch highlights. So in midfield you have Martinelli, Saka, Rashford, Richarlison, Bruno. I don't see any issues there. Maybe you swap Martinelli or Bruno in game week 2 for someone else. But yeah, you already own a Spurs player, so no, you don't have to go from Martinelli to Madison or to waste transfer. Just wait and hold. You see that it will be better. And up front, Haaland and Watkins, I believe you are even in a greater position than me. So you have from last game week, let's see. So we have 9 plus 1 is 10 plus 14 is 24. Martinelli 29, 39 from Saka, 45. Richarlison, how well did Richarlison did? So we are 45. Richarlison 2 points, so 47. Haaland was 52 and Haaland went 26, so you're 78 points. Yeah, 78 points, so you're even a better position than me. So you should feel great. Even though you own Gabriel, I believe that it's a no transfer for me, especially if you own Richarlison right now. So you own Richarlison, you don't need another Spurs asset against Manchester United. Even though it's Madison, just keep it. And I think Bruno will be great in those counter-attacking games for sure. He can just put a through pass and through ball for Anthony, Sancho, or Rashford, and they will do the bits. I believe Rashford will do a lot of damage this game week. I hope Jota does a lot of damage this game week. This was my differential pick to say. It didn't turn out for the better in game week 1, but let's hope it turns around in game week 2. But yeah, pretty solid draft from you, Benek. I don't think you need to make some transfers. Yeah, Richarlison may become a must at some point. I didn't consider it as a must because I didn't know if they will buy someone as a striker. I don't know who is on penalties. I don't know anything right now, but if after the transfer deadline is passed, I think if Richarlison is only their viable striker, I will be going for Richarlison as well. For now, I am looking at Madison, but maybe if Richarlison surprise me in game week 1, in game week 2 against Manchester, I will go for Richarlison instead of Madison. That's why I am not rushing to any decisions. I want to be focused with more data and to make the proper decisions. No, man, I'm not using IG for fantasy or for anything like that. I'm not active there, so don't worry. I have a Twitter handle. It's FPL MV, but yeah, I don't post a lot of things there. I just only read the news, and that's it. I don't post things here, and I believe that Twitter is a little bit toxic for me. I don't like it. I don't like to see people just showing off and making laugh of someone else's score. I believe that this is a bad way to play fantasy. Everyone has a way, and the only thing that matters is that you have fun and you don't stress over a game. Because I know at some point it can be too damning to just watch your team fail. but you cannot do anything about the past. You can only focus on the future, and someone showing off that they made great decisions in the past and they got lucky, because last week I thought most of the players got lucky. Leno should have conceded a goal. Pickford shouldn't have conceded a goal. Manchester United should have conceded a penalty. Maddison didn't have to receive the second assist. Saliba should have gotten 12 points instead of 5. Chilwell most probably should have scored a goal. João Pedro should have scored another goal. So yeah, a lot of variables and a lot of things are happening and are defined by luck. So I don't be too damning to stress over some FPL decisions. Yeah, sometimes I'm wrong, sometimes I'm right. As you can see, I had a very big luck setting up my defense from the start. I had Chilwell and Estupiñán since then, since game week, since start of the fantasy, sorry, in day one. Chilwell and Estupiñán were there. I had John Stones instead of Saliba, and I would have kept him if he was injury free and he was in the side for game week 1. So yeah, I'm very happy with my defense. Henry is a nice addition to it. And I believe that Pickford is a good choice. I may be wrong. I'm not too good with goalkeepers, but goalkeepers transfers for me are the worst. I transfer them only on my wild card and on my free hits. I do not waste precious transfers. As you can see, I see that you will be saving on transfer. The transfers and the points are the most valuable things in fantasy. If you have free transfers, you're 4 points ahead of everyone basically, because they will lose some points value. I will be using a points value. I made a mistake. I went for too much of a focus for game week 1 and 2, and I didn't take into consideration game week 3 enough. So if I did think a little bit over about it, I wouldn't have went for Bruno or Martinelli. It would have been Maddison or Foden for sure, because in game week 3 now I want a Chelsea asset, a Manchester City second attacker, and a Spurs attacker. So here, if no injuries and if the teams are playing bad, I will be not transferring 3 of those people. But right now I'm looking at the hit most probably, because I focused too much on game week 1 and 2 and didn't think enough that I didn't think that game week 3 will be so valuable, but Chelsea played well. They bought Caicedo and Wavia for a very quick time. They made those transfers, so their players are looking even better now. Spurs are playing well even without Harry Kane. This was a surprise. KDB and Bernardo Silva got injured, so I am not prepared enough for those outcomes. So yeah, I most probably will be taking a hit in game week 3. You on the other side, you already have a Spurs asset, so you can focus on something else. Even if you don't own Maddison and only Richarlison Benek, it will be okay, because at some games he will be scoring points, at some games Maddison will be. Maddison will be more involved in the assists, while Richarlison will score more goals. So yeah, you already own a Spurs asset. So in my opinion, you're very, very good with the team already. So yeah, you are in a great position. And now when you're saving the transfer, you are just not... you are prepared for game week 3 better for sure. I believe your side is pretty flexible and pretty good. You have players to take out, you have someone to bring in, you have some players set for the future. It's perfect. You are thinking about Gabriel over Baldock any day, anytime. Gabriel, even for some of the chance of starting, is better than Baldock. Baldock plays in a very poor side. He's a great 4.0 option, but in my opinion, it's very hard for them to keep a clean sheet. By the way, if I manage to find the expected goals played, let's see, goal threat, no expected, let's see. Yes, expected goals from open play. So Arsenal had let's sort it. Brighton had the most expected goals, but as you can see, Nottingham Forest had a 1 expected goal away at Arsenal. This is a pretty good number. while expected goals conceded, it was Sheffield, I believe, that were sorry, no, Luton and Sheffield were 1.89 with so hard a defense. Yeah, I believe that the expected goals from Nottingham, even though it says 1, Arsenal had a worse number, and we thought Arsenal attack is pretty good. West Ham only had 1, while Bournemouth had 1.3. I'm not very reliant on the unexpected data, but from teams that I'm not watching too much in depth, I rely on that data, and I believe that Nottingham will score against Sheffield, who had one of the worst expected goals conceded. So yeah, I will be going for Gabriel for sure. By the way, Benek, if you have any friends that need also advice, you can point them to my channel, or if you want to keep the information to yourself that you're receiving, that's just fine. But if someone else from your friend list is playing fantasy and is feeling that he can not decide the decisions and needs some data behind it, or some thoughts of players that are other players, you can point them out to my channel. I will be happy to help them, and as I'm happy to help you, I can't wait for game week 6 to start attacking Newcastle fixtures. Newcastle fixtures for me start to be good from game week even 5, because as you've seen in game week 1, they scored 5 goals past Newcastle against Aston Villa. So home game against Brentford, I see them scoring goals, and I hope that a lot of players are good options. We have to monitor. We will have the more time to monitor. I want to own Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, Harvey Barnes, Callum Wilson, Isaac, Gordon. 7 players are on my radar. I'm not going for a defender because I don't want to spend any transfer on defense. But yeah, game week 5 onwards for me, Newcastle were great. SK is asking, I'm not looking at too much data, my man. This is the first time I'm looking at this expected data, and yeah, I'm not a data reliant manager. As I explained, I'm using data only for teams that I do not watch extensive. And the game against Crystal Palace and Sheffield was a game that I didn't watch. I do not care that Brighton had a 4.2 expected, Newcastle 3, and Everton 2.73, by the way, and expected goals conceded was 1.5. So yeah, I do not believe that data is so much reliable. I'm just giving it because some guys like data and then they want something to confirm my thoughts, and what better to show them something written. But yeah, I'm the last manager you see relying on data. As you can see, if data was so good, why I've picked Diogo Jota over Mbumo, or why I picked João Pedro over Watkins, or why I picked Saliba over Gabriel. I had Saliba way before the Gabriel news. So yeah, I don't agree with you that I'm looking at too much data. I'm just pointing out that how can I captain Odegaard when I don't own Odegaard? So yeah, I'm not making a transfer for an Arsenal player, by the way. But it's good to have another opinion. I'm not... I believe that Odegaard is going to score more points than Martinelli this game week. You can clip that, do whatever you like with that. But in my opinion, Odegaard is scoring more points than Martinelli this game week. But I already committed to Martinelli. Did I captain Salah or Haaland? It's Haaland. I do not own Salah. If I owned both of them, Salah would have been my captain summer. I believe that this is the right decision to make. I know Haaland is a beast and it's hard to go against him, but for me, Salah is the better captain this game week. But yeah, if you want to captain Odegaard, go for it, SK. But I do not agree with the saying that I rely too much on data. As you can see, if I relate on data, Pickford, I have a lot of players that are not data good. Pickford, Diogo Jota, João Pedro, Saliba. I do not care about data. As you can see, all of this is reliant on the eye test. and the fixtures coming. So I'm relying more on, first of all, fixtures. This is the most important thing for me. Second of all, form and eye test. Form and eye test are the same for me. And last but least, say is data. Leon is asking, who would you bench, Richarlison, Rashford, or Bruno? Thank you, SK. I'm thinking about Leon's question. Leon, can you show me the rest of your site? I do not think Richarlison, Rashford, or Bruno are the guys to bench this game week. I want to see who else do you own and see. Yeah, just show. Can you write your team in the chat? I will be happy to help you with that decision. But for me, none of those three guys, it's an option to be benched. They are too expensive and good. Most probably two of them on penalties. Rashford is having a good time because Richarlison is taking penalties from Brazil national team. That's why I'm saying penalties for him most probably. But yeah, can you put your whole? Please give me other attackers that you own. So yeah, but in my opinion, it's hard. It's hard. Maybe United will control some of the game and Richarlison will get behind the lines. But if I have to bench one of the three, it's Bruno Fernandes. I know that is hard to say, but with that much of a counter-attacking playstyle that is going to be happening in that game, Bruno. Because the forwards will be the guys next to the goalkeeper, opposite goalkeeper faster. So yeah, Bruno will be the guy that I will bench. But if you must bench it, other than that, no way. Most probably I will be benching João Pedro and Watkins before I bench those other guys. SK, good luck to you as well. If you enjoyed my comments, give us up. Yeah, all the good stuff. Help me attack the algorithm. Like the stream if you like it. Yeah, my medicine and Bumo, Bruno, Rashford, Richarlison, and Saka and Takis. So you have. I will bench Pedro, João Pedro, in my opinion. And Bumo is having a game against Fulham. But yeah, most probably I will bench João Pedro. Even though he's having a game against Wolves, first of all, it's away. Second of all, a change of formation was rumored by the manager. And I'm not benching one of two out of position strikers and the captain of Manchester United. It's hard to bench, in my opinion. Let's see what Twitter is saying. We may miss something. Let's see. No, some throws, someone captaining, showcasing other people. Stones confirmed. Let's see Nathan Bacon's team. Turner, Trent, Chilwell, Stupian, fair. Good job. I would have Captain Salah instead of that, but yeah. Thiago really close. Yeah, let's see. No flags for my recent Captain Salah. Yeah, let's look. No worries, Leon. I hope that I do not give you the wrong advice, but if I were you, I would have done that for sure. João Pedro for me. Madison, Sanchez, Gusto, Jackson, Henry for game week 2. I don't get the Sanchez. Yeah, he's using the free hit. That's why it's weird. Sorry, I did not speak about it. He's using the free hit and he's targeting Sheffield United's fixtures, basically. Elanga is... No, he is not a Forest fan. He's using the free hit. He's using the free hit, man. And he's attacking the fixtures. 3 Liverpool players, 3 Nottingham Forest players, and overall good players other than that. So he is a little bit of a throw and a little bit of a guy just having fun, basically, with the game. Turner and Gibbs White start. Yeah, but Turner start, that's what I care. Hello, Tiger. I would play Turner. Turner, oh, sorry, I will close this. Turner for me, Eze can score a free kick. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that I will be playing Turner instead of Ramsdale. In my opinion, that's better. Yeah, most probably. I did not like the Langa pick. Maybe Mbumo would have been better. Top transfers. Let's return to FPL Harris. What's he saying? Madison, I get that. Sanchez, not so much. When he was at Brighton, by the way, no one was going for Sanchez. They were running from him like he was something bad because, one, he didn't make a lot of saves. Two, he didn't make a lot of saves and he conceded a not goal here and there because Brighton were dominating the game and they conceded on a counter attack. Here, Chelsea lineup is basically the same. They're having no shots against Liverpool almost conceded. So a game against Liverpool without a proper holding GM, and Liverpool didn't get a lot of chances. Sanchez got one or two saves against Liverpool. So why should we invest in someone that's going to give us only clean sheets? If you're there for the clean sheets, maybe pick just Colwill. He may at least have a chance to score some extra points. But for me, Sanchez, absolutely no go. At Brighton, we were running away from Brighton, we were running away from him, and now when he's at Chelsea, we believe that he's going to face more shots with Caicedo and Tuavia joining. No chance. We think that he's going to make a lot of saves once again. No way. I don't see it. I don't see Sanchez as a good option, and he's a waste of Chelsea asset. Gusto, Chilwell, and Jackson, perfectly fine. Gusto, as I already said, too good, 4.0. Believe me, Diaz at some games may be playing in his position and they may revert to a 3-4-3 or 3-5-2, however you want to line it up, and Sterling can fill in that position. Jackson is a pretty good player. I believe that he can play really, really good. And Rico Henry, yeah. Yeah. Other than Sanchez, perfectly fine. In what minute does Turner lose his clean sheet tonight? Oh, so the deadline is earlier? I didn't know that. Oh, so we are too close to deadline. Sorry, I thought that it was 8:30 once again. But yeah, I'm not making any change to my side. I have Turner, I have my bench sorted. Yeah, everything's fine. But yeah, I don't believe Turner is going to get a clean sheet. But I believe Onana and Pickford and Johnston and Ramsdale are going to concede. So yeah, I have the best chance to score a clean sheet with Turner and some save points. No, nothing new. Some leaks, actual bullshit. Don't believe things like that. Yeah, don't believe things like that. Sorry. Rich James. Gusto, as I said, 4.0 option unless Diassi plays in his place. If he plays there, a no go for me. I will be monitoring now in game week 2 for sure. Not using my transfer in game week 2. Who you bench Eze from both of them? Brian Mbumo. FPL Harry was one of the guys that was promoting Eze the hardest. Now he's saying that Mbumo is better. Fair, if you believe so. I think that he's great and he has been great. But yeah. I cannot go and search by name, Benek. Sorry. Maybe if you paste the players here, it will be better. I don't know how to search by name. Madison, I get that. Brentford. Now Rico Henry is an amazing 4.5 defender Only, by the way, Let's Talk FPL is the guy that pointed out to Henry. No one else. Now he's amazing. Once again, too late to make some 4.5 changes in defense. Pretty bad thing. And Chilwell, of course, Chilwell. Yeah, but I don't like when they do that. They promote players immediately after they place some points and they start looking at expected points, expected goals, blah 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 blah. It's no longer nailed. Oh wow, what a surprise. Another thing that everyone tried to convince me of is that Gabriel was going to replace Saliba and Saliba was not going to play. 1 week later, by the way, without ever watching a game without Gabriel, I knew that Saliba was more nailed. And yeah, now everyone thinks that Gabriel is most probably not nailed. Once again, what can I say? Don't take everything that everyone else is saying into heart. In my opinion, make your own decisions and consider playing your own game. I can give you some tactical advices. By the way, I am interested in football for almost no over 20 years now, and I'm watching proper football for around 13 years and trying to analyze it. I've spoken with a lot of coaches. I am looking at in-game data like formations and things like that. I believe that I know ball. I know what to look at. I have a relative that's a footballer. I have pretty good knowledge. I've watched over, I will not exaggerate, but I've watched a match every week live. So maybe around 1000 games live. Um, and more than 20,000 not live, maybe something like that. I'm looking into tactical formations. I enjoyed playing Football Manager. I know how the players integrate with each other. I enjoyed playing FIFA. I know how to attack the channels and what the channels are doing. Yeah, FIFA and Football Managers are not best sources, but yeah, I've spoken with a lot of coaches. That relative helps me understand the game better, his play style and everything. So yeah, I am looking at some play styles and some positions, and I'm not waiting for someone else to say something to me. But yeah, let's rate Benek's second team. Let's see what he has. Johnston and Turner, okay. Estupinian, Shaw, Chilwell, Henry, and you have, yeah, Shaw, you said it twice, but you have Bear, okay. Madison, Richardson, Bruno Sala, Asaka, sorry. And let's see the last player. Let's compare it to his previous team. So the first one is more template. The second is more out there. And we're waiting for the forwards. So your second team is better prepared for the games that are coming. For sure. Yeah, you're better prepared. For me, in game week 2, just bench Luke Shaw and put João Pedro in, my personal opinion. But yeah, game week 2 draft is looking way more spicy. Yeah, it's looking way more spicy. The second team. You have United, Arsenal, Spurs players already there. You can just put in whoever you like. I believe that you have a lot of money in the bank. But yeah, I believe that I like more your second draft. Sorry about saying that, but yeah. Even though you have a pretty similar draft to mine, I enjoy the second one more. Yeah, that's my take from that drafts. Uh, I'm not seeing Mbumo. Sorry. You put Madison, Richarlison, Bruno, and Silent. I thought that you were having 4.5 midfielder. That's why I'm not saying anything about Mbumo. But yeah, Mbumo over João Pedro for sure. Yeah, as if Angie is saying, there is no value in keeping value players. Like last year, there were a lot of premiums. This year, you can go for the more expensive guys. Free hit active. Yeah, he replaced Elanga. Captain Salah. Good job, Nathan. I don't know if he is watching my stream and saying stuff, but yeah, because the advice of going without Elanga, but Richarlison instead of Madison, I did not like it, but yeah. 12 pointer, I believe this will be a 2-pointer from Estupinian. In my personal take, I believe that Wolves will score and he will not provide an assist or goal this game week. I hope I'm wrong, but yeah, I believe that it's hard to justify not owning Estupinian right now. Almost 56% owned him, but yeah. Gusto. He will replace James. Yeah. Soboswai is not great. He may be great. We don't know yet. Against weaker oppositions, we have to see. Yeah, Leon, you're right. Wolves looked pretty strong against Manchester United. And at home, they may score more goals. Let's see. But Wolves are not going to be a punching bag for sure. They're looking pretty good. Or United looked pretty bad. I don't know what of the things this is. FPL Chips is holding off Madison. Yes. Just gamble on Gabriel. Whoever wants to. I already said it several times this stream. Gamble on Gabriel. Baldock injured too. Really? Let's see. It's not flagged by the fantasy game, so I'm not sure that's a true info. Uh, Cancelo may be playing for City now. We have to see. He didn't have any minutes so far. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4. But I had that defense before anyone else, so I'm taking that win. No, man. I will check some sources, but no. Have it. So I basically have 9 players. This is basically FPL Harry and FPL Angie. Let's talk FPL team. Prediction. So price rises GS Maris and Pedro. Oh, nice Pedro. I am not owning anyone that can be dropping price for a first year. Jeff Jonas. No Benek. As I already explained to you, saving a transfer is far better than some rumors of not owning already a defender that was going to most probably bring you 2 points. So you're wasting a transfer to bring in someone that can give you most probably 6 points, but look at last week. Only a couple of defenders brought more than 6 points. So you will be basically getting what you sell your player for, because next week you won't be able to use your transfer, and at the end it will be risky for me. Take up the punch on the chin and don't go for another player. Just use Gabriel for this game week. Whatever happens, 1-pointer, 6-pointer, It doesn't matter for me. Saving the transfer is far better. You even with non-playing defender, it's better to waste the transfer. That's my way of playing FPL. Start one Ake or Gabriel. Ake, with so many injuries in City's defense, he's going to start for sure. Start one Foden, Rashford, and Bruno. Most probably Rashford, if I have to start one. Let's see quickly if that is true. Fantasy, Football Scout, Nottingham News. Yeah, maybe he can come in the 85th minute and they receive a they attack and they get a corner and he scores a goal and then the transfer will be wasted. It's okay to lose several points and then to gather up them in the future. Foden and Bruno, with so many injuries into City. Foden. Let's see. Okay, let's see the transfer news. Arsenal, Crystal Palace, Nottingham. Where is Sheffield? Okay. Oli McBurney is back in training for Blades. John Fleck, Jaden Bogle, Koulibaly, Ryan Brewster, Davis, Jepson, Hammer, Davis. Nothing to say about Sheffield United player. Max Wolf and George Baldock appear to be struggling in the closing stages of the defeat, but Paul Hacking Bottom seemed to pass both players fit. So, yeah. And you're not ready for the fixtures upcoming. Foden or Bruno, once again Foden. But yeah, something other interesting, some leaks or something. Osula start, Baldock starts. So here is the answer to your question, Benek. Baldock starting. Yes, Benek? What about it? Transfer road. Yeah, he's trolling for Kabore. He just wants to see more points after on Tuesday morning. Let's hope you get a little bit of a gap by my advices, and then they can join me. Yeah. Where are you from, Benek? It's interesting for me to know. Yeah, I will enjoy when my community grows for sure. Last week I had another guy that joined the community, and we talked a lot about the leaks and everything, and about fantasy. This week you are the new guy that I enjoy talking. So many other like Jeff, Leon was here, Tiger Brachet, to not forget from last week. John Pruton, who is a regular under my videos, he's here. He was here as well. Oh, you have 10,000 pounds on the line. You're from UK. Good to know. But yeah, I hope that my advices are going to help you. But the most important thing is the rank at game week 38. So even if you have a bad rank at the start, remember last season's winner was around the 3 millionth mark after game week 3. So from 3 millionth rank, he went to be number 1 at the end, and he was number 1 for several weeks. So yeah, keep in mind that 10,000 pounds on the line, you can win them. Oh, thank you, Brachetta, thank you, Leon. I am glad that I'm helping you. I'm helping you with my personal advice. Nothing is, let's say, taken from someone else. These are my views of how I want to play the game, and I'm not saying just copy my team. By the way, if you want to copy my team, feel free to do it. I do not care if I share the win with someone else. I'm here just to have fun and to play with my community and to help them become better. But I will be always giving you advices on your sides and considering everything about your team and how you want to play the game. So yeah, um, just consider my advices compared to your sites. I'm going to answer every comment under my videos for sure. When we become more and more people in the chat, it will be very hard to answer everyone all the time, but for sure I will try my best and to answer the most relevant questions for you to consider as well. I'll give personal advices if someone wants. It will be very good. So it's a 100-player league. If at least half of your friends try to watch me and start enjoying my content, it will be good. But let's try to beat them, because you are the first to find me as a content creator. So I enjoy it a lot to help other people. Last week it was Valentin. I'm sad that he didn't make it this week, but last week he was a viewer for my watch along and for my deadline stream. Brachetkta was there as well. He's almost here for every part of the streams, and I enjoy seeing him as well and giving advice to him. But yeah, Benek, let's beat those 100 people, and you can join my league. As you can see, here is my code. I'm playing for smaller prices. I'm playing only for, I believe it was a t-shirt that I promised. I will have to review what I promised to the winner. But something like, no, not t-shirt, maybe a trophy and a personal advice from me like 2 times the year, something like that. But yeah, if you beat us all, you will be a winner. Last time no one beat me. So you can go and join. You have 3 minutes to join, by the way, so type in the code to be available from game week 2 onwards. But even if you're a little bit too late, from game week 3 onwards, it will be fine. The rewards are applied from up until game week 19. After that, I'm not considering anyone that is joining the league to be eligible to win the rewards. But yeah, you can join the league. As I mentioned, let's look at my team for the final time. Turner, Chilwell, Saliba, Estupinian, Jota, Martinelli, Saka, Fernandes, Hepnan, Haaland. Joao Pedro is my second striker. Henry on the bench. Pickford to Sula. You can go in the description of the video, and there is a mini league link. You can just directly follow it. It will be not needed to write the link. You can just go how to join the link. So yeah, it will be good. But yeah, Benek, when you feel confident enough and that you are pretty comfortable with sharing my thoughts with all of your friends, feel free to do so. I will be happy to see them under my videos. Happy to see you on my watch along streams, because we will be doing them during weekends. Not every weekend, not for every game, but from time to time I enjoy to speak with a lot of people and to watch games together. And well, what can I say? We have 2 minutes up until deadline. I hope everyone is set up for the game week. I believe that it is better. No, nothing to consider here. Yeah, Hario was just forgotten. Sula and Baldock Stark, most probably. I do not care about them. Why you cannot join through the link, man? What's happening? Let me help you. Can you not type into the league code or something like that? It's ZFBNTP. I can write it in the chat to copy paste it. Yes, the code is ZFBNTP league code. Oh, Leon, I'm happy that you joined the league. Let's see how the league is doing. Or maybe they will... No, they're updating the game. So yeah, the deadline passed. I have my team ready. I hope you have your teams ready as well. But yeah, this is the league code. You can copy it after that and paste it and just join the league. But right now it's impossible to see. No worries, Benek. You can try and join it later. What you missed from the deadline? Wasn't your team set up? Don't worry, if you join in game week 3, you just start from game week 3 onwards. But it doesn't matter. You will be eligible to win everything. You will be eligible to participate. Your points will be, I believe, directly included. So yeah, I believe that you missed nothing. You just wait a couple of hours, join the league, and I hope to compete against you as well. I'm around the mid ranks of my league right now, but I'm not a very good starter at fantasy. I turn to excel more during mid-season, especially after the first wild card, because I believe my strategy for the wild card is very, very good. And I will share it with you when the time comes. Not now. I don't want to give you all of the information right now, because first it's very hard to work around all of those informations. And yeah, the way I'm building my wildcard is pretty good. The last couple of seasons I did that, and it turned out very, very good. So I'm not worried at all about my rank right now. Even if I fail around to be outside of top 500k before wildcard, after that I'm just looking far, far better, and I'm attacking the fixtures better, and I know how to prepare my side around it. At the beginning of the game, a lot of luck is included. Yeah, the rank does not care, does not matter. Sorry. First of all, a lot of players use their chips. Second of all, it's 5% that use the chip. So from around 9 million, 5% is 404 4,500,000 players are using their chips. So yeah, you are in a far, far better position that you consider you being. If you are in the top 1 million after game week 8, I would say it's a good rank. I believe this is the perfect rank, but last game week wasn't great for rank. As I said, it doesn't matter. Even if you are feeling bad with the rank last season, let's talk. FPL was having a pretty bad start of the season. He finished around the top 10k. The winner had a pretty bad start. He finished number 1. The guy that was in second place after after the break of the World Cup was around 1 million rank, and he finished second. So if you make consecutive or great decisions, your rank at the start doesn't matter at all. I believe that the only thing that matters is knowing how to improve your site, knowing what to look for, and how to prepare everything. I believe that is the most crucial thing. Top 100k is my aim. My aim right now is to beat my rank from last season. I finished 45k, which is okay. Even if I finish in the top 30k, I will be happy. Last year you were around 300k. I believe if you watch the streams and if you make the right decisions, like in my opinion, you made the right decision not to waste the transfer on Gabriel. Now when you have the transfer free to attack the fixtures, you see how much better you feel. Maybe last year you made some rash decisions. Maybe you did something that was a knee jerk and you were under emotions. Feel free to do everything like you did last year, but consider improving your game style by first consider saving and transfer when there is a bigger gain to gain next year. Consider not making a knee-jerk decisions, because they are almost never too reliable. Injuries, tournaments, rotations, and everything can happen. Suspensions for another player, something can happen. So an early transfer is never too good. Even if you are priced out, maybe it's for the better not to use the transfer. So yeah, just build around yourself. Try to become more calm as a manager. Try to make more reliable and relative decisions. If you feel that you do not understand football as well and you only want to win your mini leagues, you can follow me. You have your questions answered, as many as possible. Sorry, man. Are you doing okay with the COVID situation? How are you feeling? Is everything all right? I know it's bad to be under quarantine, but are you feeling well? Is everything okay with your health, even though you're having COVID? But yeah, I'm most probably going to take a look at the match today as well. Not watch it for 90 minutes, most probably, but I will be here and watching it. But yeah, Yeah, just bored. I had COVID 2 years ago and I feel it, but um, at least you have football to watch. When I was under quarantine, football was postponed and I had nothing to watch. So yeah, you're having streams to watch, football to watch, games to analyze, watching your team bring you a lot of points. So yeah, a lot of great things can be done during quarantine. I know the deadline is past, but I'm happy to keep talking to you for some other minutes because after that I want to eat something because I'm hungry after work. But yeah, uh, oh, that's bad. COVID on the birthday, it's never good. So FPL Foco wrote the transfer. Which team I support? I'm a Liverpool fan. As you can see, I know you cannot see anymore, but yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan. Don't unsubscribe for me just because of that. I understood that you are a United fan, but I'm not from the aggressive fans that I just enjoy football from Liverpool. Yeah, maybe, but I enjoyed watching Luis Suarez while I was growing up. By the way, I was a Manchester United fan until Sir Alex Ferguson benched Dimitar Berbatov in the Champions League final, and I was too disappointed in that. I was a Manchester United fan before that because, as you know, I'm from Bulgaria. Sorry, Leon, sorry to disappoint you, but I have a pretty good reason for that. First of all, as I already explained, I was a Manchester United fan as a kid, and I was watching them a lot because Dimitar Berbatov was playing there, and he was the best Bulgarian footballer at the time, and he was very good footballer. But after in 2011, Sir Alex Ferguson didn't take him into the squad for the final against Barcelona and played Chicharito. I was like, oh no, I'm not following anymore that team because I was so heartbroken and I never returned to like Manchester United ever again. Just because Dimitar Berbatov was benched in one game, that was the most important game for me to watch. Dimitar Berbatov against Barcelona. It was going to be so epic and so good. But yeah, after that, I started watching Prem as a fan without following anyone. And then Luis Suarez joined the Prem. And I was his fan from FIFA long ago during he was playing in Ajax. And I enjoyed him playing in Liverpool shirt. And then I started following them. I watched teams with Ryan Babel, Andy Carroll, Downing, Charlie Adam, Joan, and other questionable players. But I enjoyed Luis Suarez, and after he left, they just became better as a team because they invested the money, and I was already involved in the team. And after Klopp joined, it became even better. Uh, I do not believe that Klopp should be leaving. Last season, it was not good, but this season, with I believe that last season the issue was that he did not have fresh legs into his side. Players like Henderson, Fabinho, Milner, Chamberlain, Keita, and already Salah, Firmino, they gave so much for Liverpool. Robertson, Trent, Van Dijk, they were so tired last season, especially after not winning a very good transfer the year before that. But yeah, they just were so tired after a season where they played almost no every game possible that can be played, and they just need new legs. So with McAllister, Endo, and Soboswai in midfield, they're getting that. Trent is moving away from the defensive position. He's joining the midfield, so we get the better of that. We have Jota, Darwin, and Diaz and Gakpo not so tired by the seasons in the past. So I believe Klopp will be making a very good side this season. They will be fighting for game week for top four spot for sure. And I believe that Klopp can rebuild this side. If it doesn't happen, in my opinion, it's most probably going to be for someone as a new manager. But for now, I don't think I don't think it's going to change. What happened in the Champions League final? I think that Liverpool were so devastated that they lost the Prem, especially in that manner. Aston Villa were leading 2-0 to Manchester City, and they just turned the game around. They won the Prem Manchester City, and yeah, they just went with their guard down against Real Madrid. They missed a couple of chances, and then on the counter attack, Trent didn't cover Valverde. Sorry, my mic wants to update, but I will leave it later. But yeah, they just didn't look better. And yeah, we lost. About Gakpo. He's a good player. He can play in midfield, he can play on attack, he can play in left wing. He's a perfect replacement for Firmino. So yeah, I believe he would have been good for you as well. But you had problems last year, especially with some of the attitude around the players and the part where Ronaldo left. Ronaldo was in the side during the signing of that. So yeah, that's why Gakpo maybe chose Liverpool. It looked a little bit more of a safe place to go, and they were considered better than Manchester United. But yeah, Manchester United finished higher, so maybe Gakpo is not liking his choice. But yeah, oh, I'm not going. Still, my dinner is not ready. I'm waiting it for to be cooked. So yeah, I'm staying here right now for now. But yeah, Benek, I will hope to see you for my videos. You're already subscribed. I'll be placing between 1 and 3 videos each game week. 2 of them are informative. 1 is for fun. For example, last week I was looking at the KSI's FPL draft team as a fun thing to do because I don't like to share some data, popular transfers, especially when I'm talking about popular transfers in my other videos. I don't think I want to be repetitive. So yeah, between 1 and 3 videos will be deployed, they will be uploaded each week. Maybe if I cannot find time for a fun video, I'll skip it because I want to inform you, and I believe it's better to be informed than to be entertained in the fantasy content. But yeah, I'm trying to be a little bit more different than the other players. Um, Maybe we'll react to something. Maybe we'll just have some fun watching something relative to FPL because I'm an FPL channel and I want to be building community around FPL. Maybe if I get a bad, maybe if I do get a bad rank, maybe not a lot of people will follow me. But I believe, especially after the first wild card and around the end of the season, I tend to do very, very well. So that is my strongest point. And if I can keep going relatively close to the good ranks, I will be great to attack the top 50k once again. Do you normally do watch alongs? Yes, I last week I did 2. This week I'm most probably doing 1, maybe 2 once again. But I will try to watch Liverpool against Bournemouth because I want to see how my differential player Jota will be doing. But yeah, I'm doing watch alongs. I'm just chilling, maybe smoking some shisha or trying to make something to eat or to drink. It's not as informative as this stream where we talk about drafts and everything. And I don't think this is the. It's not the same. It's just chill, talk about, answer some questions, discuss games, discuss news, discuss everything. So your questions: who do you think is the? Yeah, come and watch. I'm watching almost every week. I will be because I like to travel. Maybe I won't have a deadline stream every week because I want to travel. I want to see the world. But for sure, I'll be making informative videos. I will be doing watch alongs when I'm available and I don't have something more urgent to do. But yeah, join me. It will be good to have you. Brachetka joined both of the watch alongs last week and we had pretty good fun. Some other people joined and we had several discussions. So yeah, feel free to join. I will be happy to see you once again there. So who is the team? Who is the FPL channel you follow based on your team? So you're having a pretty template team to say. So it was Onana in goal, Chilwell, Gabriel, and Estupinian, pretty standard. So you have Richarlison, which is the differentiate. So you're not following FPL Raptor because he has Joao Pedro and he doesn't have Onana. I will say that you like the most probably FPL Hare, say, or FPL Mate. Am I right or am I wrong? FPL, I will say FPL Mate because he has the most differential draft from the rest and he has a Spurs player. So yeah, I believe FPL Mate is the guy that you follow the most. I'll be happy if now I become your go-to YouTuber and content creator for the team. Was I right or was I not? So I was right. You follow the most FPL Mate. Yeah, that was a pretty, yeah. I believe just because of the Spurs players and the differential goalkeeper. Because if you follow anyone else, they are with Pickford, but he is not. So that was an indication. Another thing is that let's see if we can find his draft. But yeah, FPL Mate was the player that I thought. Yeah, come and join me. We'll have, I don't believe with FPL Mate you have such a personal chat because a lot more people follow him. But with me, you can ask your questions, especially when if I grow to be more and more a big person in the FPL community, it will be harder to do so many answers to the chat, but for sure I will try to interact more and more. I do not care if I miss a deadline, something. I will look at 5 minutes and I will see that if I'm missing something, I will just see it. But yeah, chatting with everyone else is good. Yeah, I have a smaller community for sure. He's one of the greatest guys in FPL. I don't like his advice a lot personally because he tends to get easily offended when someone says something negative and he gets too fast into defensive position. Like he had let's see if it's still here. Yeah, I a reminder that I reserve the right to do whatever I want. And with my team, if I want to change my entire starting 11 30 seconds before the end line, I can do that. Of course you can do that. I don't like those haters, by the way. They're terrible people. You should not make someone else responsible for your mistakes. But yeah, FPL mate had other things in the past and some tendencies to be a little bit more aggressive when he's in defensive position and he's being attacked by someone, which is okay. In comparison, let's talk FPL Andy. Last week he was so attacked by everyone in the community that said that he kept his information, blah 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 blah, and he received so many negative messages. But when you're so big as a content creator and so many people just copy and paste your team, you get to receive a lot of hate. But yeah, sometimes I don't like the quick turnaround of someone that I dislike as a player. For example, Ramsdale, to say in one of his videos, because I watch him closely. In one of his videos, Ramsdale was avoid blah blah blah, do not pick it. And this game week, his video was keep Ramsdale if you have him. How we should be keeping him and not be saying that. But yeah, let's look at his site and how I guessed your team. Let's hope I can see he tweets a lot. So yeah, it's Johnston. He's a differential goalkeeper. The same defensive line. He has Watkins. He has Baldo Cabore and a forward Turner as well. You kept the money from Madison and went to Richardson, and you went for Onana. That's how I knew it's basically the same team as his, apart from a goalkeeper and a midfielder. So yeah, that's how from top 5, I believe. Let's talk FPL, FPL Mate, FPL Harry, FPL Raptor, and FPL Foco are the 5 most influential persons in the people in the community right now. I believe that the 5 of them make the most views, the most relative content, but then they tend to make some defensive positions. I like the attitude the most from FPL Raptor and from FPL Foco. They are guys that, especially FPL Raptor, as he's a psychologist, he tends to um, speak some psychology stuff, which is okay. He's not getting offensive. He's not doing anything like that. FPL Foco tends to do some interesting and entertaining videos. Not the so his expert team is good video. His players to watch is good video. FPL Harry, it's a fast grower. He tends to be the best FPL player in my opinion from the 5 of them. Leon, just a second, I will speak about your team. I just want to finish the thoughts that I'm saying. But yeah, for me, FPL Harry, he's the best FPL player from the FPL content creators, especially with the chips. If you want to copy someone's team, especially around after game week 20 when the chips are in place, you can follow FPL Harry. He tends to do perfectly fine. I want to be as good as him at that point. He has terrifically good ranks. So yeah, FPL Harry is good. Let's talk FPL. It's the ever-existing pure in fantasy. Everyone has his strengths, and especially let's talk FPL. He's doing it for so long and he's doing it so well. He's attacking everything. He's making shorts, video streams, everything. He's also good. And FPL Mate is the guy that goes to the most differential picks, not for the sake of it, but just to have good fun. But they have some negatives, all of them. One of the negatives is they tend to look at all of us are looking at the same data, but they're relying too much. Their videos look the same, so ideas from FPL Mate are good. He is the first guy that he is having ranking. So I copied his idea basically, and I put my own thoughts into it. Hi Thomas, nice to see you once again. Yeah, the tier lists I got from FPL Mate. I do not like to make many more of those type of videos, especially each game week. Maybe when there is a wild card or something like that to do so, maybe. He tends to do some original content. Buy, keep, sell, avoid is an interesting idea from him. So he has differential ideas as well as differential drafts, but he tends to get a little bit more aggressive that I personally like to. Let's see, and that's why I get something from someone, but I'm not following them blindly, especially for the same data and the same players, and especially when they switch like that for a player, especially for, let's say, who was a good thing this week. Yeah, Rob Sanchez. 2 years ago, no option. This year, a must buy. I don't get it, as I already explained. Yeah, let's talk about Leon's team. My team: Onana, Turner, Estupinian, Gabriel, Chilwell, Udoji, Kabore, Mbumu, Bruno, Rashford, Richarlison, Saka, Watkins, Pedro, Haaland. What can I say, man? You are prepared for anything. Basically, I don't see where I will improve the side. The defense is looking pretty solid, especially after game week 2. You can just play a stupid and chill and to dodgy, no worries. After that, Luton are having an okay fixture on West Ham, Fulham, Wolves, Everton. Even if Kabore has to play, it's okay. In mid and Bumo, perfectly fine fixtures. Crystal Palace, Bournemouth, Fulham, good. Bruno and Rashford. Maybe Bruno will go this game week. Richarlison is already in the side, so you're having a Spurs player. You have Saka, pretty good. Watkins, Pedro, Haaland. I believe Leon, that is a great team. I believe that you nailed it since game week 1. Have you made any transfers, Leon, already? Or you're keeping the draft and saving a transfer for game week 3? If you're still watching, sorry it took so long to answer your question, but I wanted to get into depth of discussing the other content creators that I inspire from. By the way, if you want to watch a good content creator, look at FPL Fran. I enjoy his content a lot. He is making some stats. Wrote your transfer, perfectly good, Leon. I believe that this is a very, very good site. You can invest in defense if you feel the need to do so. You can invest in attack if you want to attack the fixtures. But yeah, FPL Fran, a pretty good YouTuber. I like his cheat sheets. I like his data stats. I like his ranks as well. He's a newcomer. He's better doing than me subscriber wise, because maybe he's from the UK and that helps, and their videos are getting more promoted, or maybe just the content is better for them. But yeah, if I manage to gather at least let's say 200 regular community, and they join my comment sections, my chat, and just make a pretty good community around it, it will be the best. Benek, Leon, Thomas, Brachetkt, I hope to see you again on next streams. I hope to see you on next videos. Comment there, tell me how you did, tell me your questions. If you are not managing to enter the deadline streams, or I'm not doing, I'll be answering there. But yeah, Benek, if you can keep Gabriel up until game week 5 and Zinchenko is fit, I believe that you do not want to swap Gabriel, in my opinion, because as FPL Mate pointed out earlier on today, just a second, Leon, as he pointed out earlier today, if Zinchenko is fit, Zinchenko will push into midfield and Gabriel will be playing the left center back. That was a pretty good analysis from him. But if he is not fit, Gabriel is going out. The left center back is going to be Tomiyasu, and the center back has to be Saliba in their system. So if Zinchenko is fit after game week 3 or 4 or even 5, Botman for me will not be a very good choice to make, because Gabriel will be getting clean sheets most probably against Everton and against Bournemouth, and you have a pretty solid draft, and they have home fixtures against United and Spurs, but that's for a future reference. For now, we are just remember to be perfectly open to every opportunities and don't book any transfers yet. Thomas loves Fran. Yeah, Fran is a good content creator. I'm a guy that wants to spread the knowledge, and I do not care if you watch other guys. I'm not the guy to say you only watch me, or only do that, or only do this and follow my advice and you win. I'm not a guru that will make your life easier. I'm just a man sharing my knowledge of football related to FPL and to English football, and I want to point out good content creators that I follow, because their content helps me. It should help you. I will be delighted to see you each stream and join my stream instead of theirs. But yeah, if you believe that my content is the best for you and you want to have a little bit of chat with me and to discuss things, choose me. If you believe someone else is more helpful, feel free to choose them, because I want the best for the community and the best for the players. So yeah, I know it sounds a little bit of a cliche, but even if I stream for 5 people, I'll be happy to help those 5 people. Even if I stream for 5,000, I'll be happy to help as much as possible. And if going for another content creator helps you more, feel free to do so. I'm not afraid to say someone is better at me at something, because most of the people are. I'm just a regular guy starting my streaming / YouTube journey last year, streaming journey this year, and yeah, it feels free. It feels free to subscribe. It is free to like the video if you like it, to like the stream. It's free to watch it, and if you want questions, it's free to ask it. And I'm giving basically free advices for now. If you like them, keep watching me. If not, I am not afraid to promote a better guy that you can watch instead of me. But yeah. Leon, do I have a Twitter page? Yes, I do. It's FPL MV, but keep in mind that I do not post anything there. I do not believe that this is relative for me. I don't like following FPL during weekends in Twitter, because I am trying to stay away from negativity, and I believe in Twitter there is a lot of negativity. By the way, guys, just to add a thing, if I grow even bigger, the guys that are here from the start, such as Valentin from last week, Brachetkta, Thomas, John, Benek, Leon, the guys that are helping me build my community, you will be most probably be the guys that I will rely on most when I become bigger, and if I become bigger to say. So keep joining, keep watching, and if we build together a great community, I will be happy to share some of the responsibilities during streams, during videos. Maybe if you have some friends that you can recommend to build better graphics or something like that, you know that you will be the guys that I rely most on, because I believe that if someone helps you during your journey, you should acknowledge that, and acknowledging that someone is helping you is one of the easiest things to do. And for me, it's so easy to acknowledge when I'm being helped. As I'm helping you, you're helping me. So yeah, spread the knowledge that I give you. You can say it to your friends. You can promote my things to your friends if you feel that they will make something good from it. But yeah, let's talk about Gabriel. Yes, but I feel Gabriel will play the tougher games with they're more likely to concede, and will miss the easy games that will get clean sheets. That's true, but it's the game we play. I mean, harder fixtures, United, Spurs, and City will score against Arsenal. That's my opinion. And if Zinchenko is fit, he's going to play in each game week. Don't worry about benching Gabriel while Zinchenko is there. I believe when Zinchenko is back into the lineup, Gabriel is back with him. I believe that's going to be the case. But take into consideration that there is a Champions League football starting pretty soon. There are cup games starting pretty soon, so a lot of rotations may be there. So yeah, Gabriel may be a risk. But if you have other things to cover earlier on in your side, it's better to play Gabriel than not to put into your side, for example, Manchester City attacker, or because of those green run of fixtures, or you do not put, let's say, someone like Eze, just because you need to transfer out Gabriel. In my opinion, it's far, far better to have an attacker than to have a defender, especially someone that is not scoring a lot of points game week ins and outs. Maybe Trent, Chilwell, and Stupinian is going to be the best defensive line going forward. Maybe Chelsea after game week 8. Let's see how their fixture run is looking. Arsenal, Brentford, Spurs, City, Newcastle, Brighton, Manchester United. That is the worst fixture run that you can have. The only thing missing here is a Liverpool game. Basically, you have the top 8 here without Liverpool, in my opinion. Top 10, top 9, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Brentford, Spurs, City, Newcastle, Brighton, Manchester United. I believe this can't get any worse. Maybe, but after game week 9, as you can see, this is their fixture run. Arsenal, Brentford, Spurs, City, Newcastle, Brighton, Manchester United. That is the worst fixture run ever. After that, green fixtures as well. Maybe I will keep Chilwell from Chelsea because I want to invest in Jackson, most probably next week. If he performs, yeah. Chelsea matches are horrible after game week 9. So most probably, yeah, never mind. Most probably 3 players will be good up until game week 8 when they play Burnley. And after that, I will be using my wildcard to transfer 2 of them out. Chilwell is staying. Chilwell can score against Arsenal, Brentford, whoever. But I'm not leaving out an Aston Villa player. See West Ham, Luton, Nottingham, Fulham, Bournemouth. Good games for them, even though European football is here. Liverpool will play with the reserves in Europe because Everton, Nottingham, Luton, Brentford, Fulham, Sheffield, once again, pretty good run. Newcastle are having an okay run. Crystal Palace, Wolves. Arsenal will concede against Newcastle for sure. Bournemouth, Chelsea, United, Everton. Spurs is having a good run. West Ham is having a good run. I don't know why Manchester United is down here. Oh, I sorted them out. Sorry. But yeah, Aston Villa, as I said, Brighton, see those fixtures here. Burnley even, Liverpool, City, maybe only Haaland will remain here. United are having an okay fixture run apart from City here. 5 games only City, but it's at home. Newcastle, Nottingham, not so much. Sheffield, I do not care. Spurs, so yeah. I think Spurs are going to be good attacking wise. Defensively, I think they will be. I believe that they will be as good as Liverpool were in the season when they almost won the Premier League. Remember the 13-14 season when Liverpool scored 100 goals but conceded like 54? That's what I believe Spurs will do, but they are not in Europe. Yeah, Spurs are not in Europe. Spurs are out of Europe, so yeah, not so much rotation. So players like Maddison, Son, Richarlison, if they do not buy anyone up until the deadline, will be nailed. The defenders won't be rotated, especially Van der Ven and Romero. The goalkeeper is staying there, so a lot of players. But attacking wise, I think that yeah, we win every home match against City, yeah, so it should be okay, basically, yeah. So after game week, especially if you see Manchester United starting from game week 6, yeah, game week 6, as you can see, Burnley, Crystal Palace, Brentford, Sheffield, City, Fulham, Luton, and after Luton, it's Everton. So they have a pretty good fixture run, and a lot of players are just avoiding Manchester United players just because right now they're selling them. But yeah, I will be keeping at least one Manchester United player, and most probably on my wild card, I will be introducing a Manchester United defender. If it's going to be Luke Shaw or Onana, we have to see, or Dawot, or Wan-Bissaka if Dawot is injured. But there is European football, we have to monitor that as well. We will take into consideration. But yeah, when we get to the wildcard strategy, I will share to you my strategy. For me, the best place to wildcard is game week 8, after game week 8. First of all, there is an international break, so you will be prepared as much as possible. As much as possible to keep the wildcard here, just to be relatively okay at 14 days of international football. So yeah, you may be able to adapt and do anything. So yeah, and in game week 8, I will do several videos to explain everything. So stay tuned, and the deadline stream will be awesome. So yeah, stay tuned about that. I heard from a source that Spurs plan to stay with Richarlison and to wait with the money. Yes, because they do not have European football and then do not have a reason to spend a lot of money right now. They have a pretty okay attacking lineup. They have a pretty okay midfield. Some players will be returning from injuries. Their defenders look more solid than ever right now. And yeah, I didn't have your source, Benek. I thought that they were buying at least one more striker, because with 100 million you can do a lot of things. And maybe Vlahovic from Juventus I thought is a good option for them. Maybe someone else. But yeah, Richarlison, pretty strong pick. And I may go for him instead of Maddison, just for a little bit of a differential. Maybe if he's on penalties. We have to see if someone confirms that before that, or there is a penalty against Arsenal. We will see who is taking it. Maybe Son is on penalties. We will see. We will see. I believe in cup games, they will be playing. Sorry, just a little bit. Yeah, I'm just looking at the personal message. GM, sorry. But yeah, I believe that a very, very good player. They think that Son could fill in when needed at striker position. Yeah, they have Solomon on the wing to swap as well. So yeah, maybe Son can fit in that position. Whenever I watch Richardson, he is terrible, but he's got to pick up some points with Son and Maris around him. He was unlucky last season for sure. It's hard to be a Hurricane substitute, and it's hard to not have a regular Premier League time minutes, especially after you were a talisman in Watford and Everton, going for Spurs and going to be a starter from the Brazilian squad and then being on the bench for most of the season. It was hard. It's hard when the manager publicly says that you're not playing very well. But under the new manager, I believe that Richarlison can pick up some points. And yeah, he sounds awful. Sometimes I hate him as a player, by the way. I think that on the field he is so rubbish. He is just there for the banter. I like his football abilities, but his abilities as a person on the field, for me, are outrageous. I just dislike him about that. But yeah, I want to look at his football ability, not his attitude. So yeah, Richarlison a very good choice. Who will win the Champions League? Um, you believe it's United? I do not believe that's going to be United. I believe that on two fronts, hard fronts, it will be difficult for them. They didn't buy a lot of good substitutes around. I don't think Højlund is going to be a very good choice, especially with the rumored injury. I believe that he's going to play either in Champions League or Premier League. He won't do 2 games per week, and one of the tournaments will suffer. I believe Bayern München. I believe Bayern München is winning. Bayern Munich is winning the Champions League this year, or Barcelona. Barcelona are there as well. They have a pretty solid side. Even though Dembele left, they will be signing a new player with this money. They signed Gundogan, a Serie winner. They have a pretty strong midfield. Lewandowski is there. I believe Barcelona or Bayern are winning the Champions League this season. Yes, he's a very, very good cup manager, but are they going to have if one player of your side being Onana, Varane, Casemiro, Bruno, or Rashford is injured, I believe you have a lot of issues. I believe there is no good replacement for any of those players. Yeah, you beat them last year, but I believe they were a little bit unlucky. I believe that this season they will be better at Champions League football. You beat them last year fair and square, I believe, yeah. You were just better those fixtures. But as I mentioned, if someone from your spine is injured, it will be hard to replace them. But if an injury to Lewandowski occurs, this is the same. Let's hope you buy someone and strengthen the squad then. But for now, I don't see. If Onana is gone and Henderson and Onana are injured, Tom Heaton or whoever is your third choice goalkeeper is not going to be very good. If you buy Amrabat or Onana, I'll consider you Premier League and Champions League contenders because you have a proper second GM. But teams that do not have a proper second GM are very, very hard to predict. As you can see, Newcastle bought Tonali. Manchester City are having Rodri and Calvin Phillips. They added Kovacic, who is not a regular holding GM, but can do defensive duties pretty okay. But the second holding GM for me is a very, very big must just to have that coverage there. Yeah, for me, Kane and Osimhen were better than Højlund for sure. Højlund is a guy for the future, and with that injury that he's having on his back, that's the same for Rashford. He will need a lot of time to adapt to the Prem football. It will be hard for him. He is not on the level of Haaland. I believe that if several players are out, you're just you see now that with Bernardo Silva and John Stones and Ruben Dias injured, they are just deploying Phil Foden, Ake and Gvardiol, while if Varane is injured and the second defender, let's say it's Lisandro Martinez, you're deploying Lindelof and Harry Maguire. So yeah, there is a big difference. And it's hard. If Casemiro is gone, who are you deploying in his place? someone from the youth or Scott McTominay. It's difficult. Yeah, and Martial is not good enough to be fit for the whole season. So you're having a problem there. Garancho is not up to par right now. I believe that he was the issue in game week 1. As much as I watched, he was not good. Yes, Bruno. Yeah, for sure you have Malacia. You have Malacia for replacement, but for the other guys, you have no one to replace them. I mean, Garancho is not up to par with the Prem yet, in my opinion. Yes, the guys that Leon is saying are perfectly good for your squad, and I believe that they can evaluate your game because Pavard can play on the center back position or as a right back. Amrabat is good a midfielder to replace anyone in there. Taremi, let's go look at who that Taremi guy is. I haven't heard him. He's a Iranian footballer from Porto. He's a striker. Okay, most probably. Yeah, in preseason he was excellent, but in the first game of the season he was so bad. I believe he was the issue in the attack, and they lost a lot of time with him. I believe so. This is my opinion about him. I believe that he is good. Don't get me wrong. He can be a good super sub, but not a 60 game or a 40 games per season player. Not yet. A good alternative for sure. A far better alternative than, let's say, who is the alternative for Chelsea on the wing? I don't know. Madueke maybe. Yes, he's the same as Harvey Barnes right now is for Newcastle. A great super sub with third players because Harvey Barnes, I like him a lot. But now with Lewis Hall, by the way, the new transfer, I believe that Harvey Barnes will become even better. But yeah, a great super sub, that's what Garancho is for me. You'd need one CDM. One CDM. You have Mount, Eriksen, Bruno, and Casemiro. You need one more midfielder to finish up, and you have a lot of great youth players. A center back, most probably Pavard will join, and a striker for sure. Because with Anthony, Garancho, Rashford, and Sancho, quas. With another striker around them, just pure quas. But yeah. I believe that the lineups are out. We can see them for the first game. We forgot about that. Let's see. Lineups. So for Forest, it's Turner, Poli, Worrell, and McKenna, pretty standard. Aurier, Danilo, Mangala, and Nick Williams. Gibbs White, Awoni, Brennan Johnson. Pretty strong lineup. So Baldock isn't starting. Sorry, Benek, but Baldock is not starting. Fotheringham, Egan, Ahmedovic, Jack Robbins, Max Love, Norwood, Souza, Hammer, Traore, Osula is starting, by the way, and Osborne. On the bench for Ethan Hoiva, Tofo, and Nikate, Yates, Kuyate, Frewer, Wangkun, Elanga, and for midfield, yeah, Baldock is out of that side. He's not here. But as mentioned, don't stress about 2-point defender, basically. Yes, Usula is playing. Let's hope Turner keeps the clean sheet because Usula is on your bench while Turner is your starting goalkeeper. But yeah, pretty good sides. Awoni, Johnson, and Morgan Gibbs White, pre-attacking lineup. Nick Williams and Aurier, they will be attacking with a lot of players. Egan, Ahmedovic, Robinson, I believe there is a strong chance that Nottingham just destroy Sheffield. But let's see. Is the game already done updating? Can I see? Yes, my league. Okay. You can join now on the league, by the way, Benek. So I'm rank 44 of the players, and there are 79 people. So yeah, I'm just in the middle. We had last week IU 20th main IU finishing on top spot with 104 points. I believe it is a bench boost plate. Yeah, pretty lucky bench boost. Gangster Hour dice again. Bench boost plate, pretty lucky. 6576. Yeah, but a good overall bench boost. Gazem Sichki is without a bench boost, so he is the best player right now with the best team. Okay, good, Benek. You will be joined as the next week players to join. Vikings FC, another good team to monitor again without using bench boost, but if replacing at least Chue with White, it would have been even better. Yeah, a lot of great players, but they're in reaching distance. Apart from Gazem Suchki and Vikings, they're under 20-ish points. So yeah, I can catch them pretty quickly because I have a Liverpool player, and I believe that 20 points are not a lot. I can steadily attack those prices. But as already explained, last season the number one player was rank 3 millionth for the start of the game week 4, so I'm not stressing about anything. As you can see, a lot of players. Another Bulgarian. Is he playing with almost the same side? Yeah, it's the same points. Is someone else copying my team? I want to see. No, from here. Not from here. Who I want to see. So no one is kept copying my team. That's interesting. But yeah, new entries. How is it? 20th man, where are you? Yeah, see, so many guys joined this week to be added. So yeah, let's see. Those are the new entries. Yeah, see, so those are the players that joined today. Here is Leon. I can see his team. Yes, and his ranks. He's doing okay this season. 8 points. Benek is here. It's looking all right. Other players. Oh no. So yeah, this was his second team, and oh no, I don't know which team is which. By the end of this game week, I think I will be around 700k. No, it's too much. Around 1 million. Around 1 million rank. So yeah, just a second. I need to open the door. Sorry for that, guys. Yeah, I'm back, guys. So yeah, I believe that by the end of the game week, as I said, I will be around 1 million rank. That's for me the goal, to be steadily growing a green arrow after a green arrow after green arrow. Bautelis 2Bs is the first team, really? That's funny. Yeah, let's look. By the way, let's look at that overall. Oh no, it's someone else from. Someone else. Not overall. Maybe in my league it's someone like that funny. Let's check. No. Where is that Bautelis Bubbies? Is the first team I did not. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I got it. Benek. Sartak, I think that with Bruno, you know what you get. You get passes, you get penalties, you get 90 minutes. With Jackson, you get basically a striker from Chelsea, a game against West Ham, a London derby. It has a very, very high ceiling. I believe so. So it was a 50-50 decision for sure. I think it's okay. If you felt like that, it's okay to do what you feel. Sometimes if you are a 50-50, you just get a coin and throw it and everything will be good. But yeah, guys, on that note, I believe that I will be leaving the stream today. I hope you had a pretty good time. I did have a good time. I like talking to you. I was happy that a lot of players joined my stream and will join the league and will join my channel for the next streams. I'll be hoping to see you on watch alongs. Most probably I will be doing one tomorrow, but you have to look at YouTube and put the notification bell on to see when I'm live. And I hope that I'll see you pretty soon. And I had a lot of fun. I believe that game week 2 will be pretty interesting, especially with a lot of things considering, and we will have more data to consider in game week 3 for the deadline stream. So be sure to be subscribed and to be waiting for that. And yeah, I share all of my luck to you. I hope you have a very good game week, and I hope to see you very soon for another stream. But for now, guys, I will be heading out to have something to eat.